Okay, so this video is going to show you how to claim your access to the New York Times website. All law students at USD Law and all faculty staff are entitled to set up a free account with the New York Times, which lets you access unlimited articles via nytimes.com or through the New York Times app. So there's a special way that you do have to sign up for that access. It's not directly through the New York Times website, but it will be by going to visit a particular link on the Law Library's website. So I will show you quickly how to do that. So if you are not familiar with how to get to our website, probably the easiest way is to just go to the law school's website. And then you should see Law Library along the left. And when you expand the menu, you'll see some different options here, but the one you want to click on is Online Resources. And then if you click this first link that you see called View Research Databases and Resources, this is going to take you into an A to Z list of all sorts of different databases and services that we have access to through the law library. So since today we're interested in signing up for the New York Times, we're going to click on N. And then you should see a link here that says New York Times Online Access. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And you will need to sign in using your USD username and password. This is how the system knows that you are affiliated with USD Law and are allowed to sign up for this special free service. So your username it's just your first and last name here. It's everything before the @ sign in your email. So you want to leave that part off and then use the password that you use with other USD services such as email, and then click on Go to the database. Okay, so now you should see this lovely screen that says Welcome to the New York Times, NewYorkTimes.com Pass. So what you're doing here is creating unique credentials that you can use later to log into the website or to the app. So those credentials, they will last for 365 days. You can renew them as long as you remain enrolled as a law student or faculty staff member. So once we finish with this process, I'll briefly show you how you can renew your credentials. But for today, we're just going to go ahead and click on Create Account. Okay, so now you'll see a screen that will ask you to create credentials for your complimentary account. So you can, choose whatever email address and password combination you would like. There's no requirement that you use your USD email account. So, you can use Gmail, Yahoo, whatever you'd like to use for this, and any password that you'll remember. So I'm just gonna use this email address and set a password. So you'll also notice that there's a box down here at the bottom. You can certainly uncheck that if you don't want to receive any kind of emails from the New York Times. Otherwise, they will have that email address on file, and if you leave the box checked, you may get some promotional emails from them. Also, if you do have any questions about the service or, data collection, any of that kind of thing, I would certainly encourage you to read the terms of service and privacy policy. But otherwise, for today, I'm just going to go ahead and click on Create Account. Okay, So then on the next screen, this is where you'll need to select whether you're a student or a faculty staff member. Um, so if you are a student, you will need to select your graduation year. Keep in mind that you are signing up for 365 days of access. So, even if you do graduate, um, it's not going to turn off your access when you graduate as long as at the time that you're renewing your pass, you're an enrolled student. You should be fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep it on faculty staff since I'm not a student, and um, I just I'll keep that that way. Note that for the student sign up, it does ask for an alternate email address. So if you didn't use your USD email address, you might want to put that in there. So I will go ahead and click sign up. And then you get a confirmation, and it will calculate for you when your pass will expire. If you want to go ahead and calendar that, you can do that. That will help you understand a year from now when suddenly you don't have access to the articles, what happened. You'll remember that you need to renew. Um, and to do that is really just following the same process, and I'll walk through that in a minute. But I'd like to show you really quick how to use your credentials on the New York Times website. So let's go ahead and go to newyorktimes.com. And so this first time that we're visiting the website, you can see up here under account, it's got us automatically logged in. So if you were, on a different device or different browser where it's not remembering your credentials, I'll just log out here so you can see um, what that would look like. So you would just see, the login button and click on that, and you'd enter that same credentials. And then you should be logged back in. And just as a heads up, you can use this access on multiple browsers on multiple devices. So if you have an iPad, smartphone, that kind of thing, you're using that exact same email and password to sign in, and you can use it across multiple devices at the same time. So just a quick note on processing the renewal. So, when your 365 days are up, I'm just going to open a new browser. You really want to follow that exact same process of going to the link through the Law Library's website. And you'll want to re-authenticate using your USD credentials. And then this time, when you're directed to the welcome screen and you want to do the renewal, instead of creating a new account, you're going to want to pay attention to this link that says already have an account. And so if you click here and you enter that same email address and password combination associated with your account, then it's going to go ahead and process the renewal using those same credentials. If you try to create a new account using that same email, it's going to recognize that it already exists in the system, and not let you continue that way. So when you're doing the renewal, just make sure that you use that link. So that's really all there is to it. We certainly hope that you enjoy this free access. We're excited to be able to provide that to the USD Law community.